Everyone knows the bottle, but do you know the story behind it? Welcome to Behind the Bottle by Celia Maestri, where the real stories of the tequila world are finally poured out. From bold beginnings to industry secrets, it's time for a deeper sip into the lives behind the spirits. Pour a glass, take a seat. The story's just getting good.
Welcome to Behind the Bottle, Mario Villanueva.
Thank you.
Let's start. The people doesn't know that you are my nephew, and you are the one who is the director of the distillery, Destiladora del Valle Tequila, well known as a Casa Maestri. Tell us about when you start working.
I started on August of 2019. You already have had the distillery expanded for several times. It was growing fast. And I remember that Michael, you and Jose spoke to me and you shared that you were closing several projects that were going to make a difference on the growth of the distillery. And you invited me to be part of that project. And it was exciting and I came along.
What you did before that?
Oh, well, before I've been doing a lot of things. I worked in a bank when I graduated. Then I have the opportunity to work on Costa Rica. I went on development. That's when my first kid was born. Then I came back to Mexico and I had the opportunity to work with my grandmother, your mother, and for 5 years I was a part of the Corres Veracruz. So that's where my passion for the spirit started, and I learned from one of your teachers. And afterwards, I changed from Cordova to the health industry. I went to work for 5 years to a hospital in Veracruz. And after that, I went to work for over a year on logistics. And that's when you and I spoke, and you invited me to be part of Casa Maestri.
So how's been your journey in Casa Maestri?
Excited, complicated, and a challenge, and because how you see the company, it's not as a bureaucratic or systematic company that works normally. You guys have a philosophy. Well, we have a philosophy that we're a family, and the responsibility of having every person, mostly women, being part of the company, and how to work with them to comply with the client's wishes and demands and what is needed on the market, but at the same time to involve everybody and be at the best team possible so they can work and grow with us for as much time as we can for their whole life. It's a huge responsibility. And for us, every member of the company is key. It doesn't matter what they do. We want all of them to grow and do a lot of different things and have a lot of capabilities. And that's fun because you enjoy and you work with the people that you like and they're part of your own family at the same time. But the responsibility of being key and on time and efficient and comply with the market so we can grow and have them with us, it's important. It's a weight that I hadn't had in the past, and I like it, but it's a big challenge for us.
Yes, especially that we, as you said, even from the grow the agaves all the way to the production and the way to run the distillery is different of any other family.
Yes.
So we believe in the culture. We believe that everybody's equal. We believe that people can achieve anything that they want if they wish. They can grow in our factory, and we see them as a family more as an employees.
You and Michael have told me several times that everybody is their own boss, and that philosophy, it's a mind changer for me because that's nothing that I had lived in the past. Even if I've worked in a lot of companies, but that gives you the certainty and the responsibility of what we're allowing with our fellow employees and team that we have for them to grow and what we expect from them and what they expect from us at the same time, because we're all equal, and that's a huge responsibility.
Yeah. So in the personal side, what sacrifice your family are being made for you to be part of Casa Maestri?
I don't know. I think mostly they had a change from Veracruz where we were living to move to
They moved to
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
Yeah, that changed for my kids. They were 7 and 10 at the time. It was a little bit complicated for them because they were moving from a small beach place to a huge city with bigger dynamics, more opportunities, but it's more complicated. The time, we spend a little bit less time, more quality time that we spend together, but it's less during the day. They faced COVID exactly when we changed. But what I like about it is that no matter when we spoke about the opportunity that you guys offered to be part of the team, and that my wife found out and said, "You have the passion and you want to do it, so let's go."
It's nice to have a support.
Yeah, she's incredible, and we burned the boats. As we said, we didn't leave any opportunity to go back or whatever. We said, okay, we're moving, and we made everything to move and close the doors that we had open back there and came here. And I think the result is we're really happy. I think that I don't think my wife is always happy that I'm passionate. I do what I like, and I speak with a lot of people in the for industry or friends, and not everybody's working with what they love or have
love
that
to
passion.
do. Yes.
And that's complicated. And I had this opportunity, and I'm actually doing it. And you face issues and problems and challenges and everything, but it's part of what you like, and it gives you a drive to move forward and learn more and grow as a person and as a team. And I think that experience that I'm facing has come balance a little bit of anything that my kids and my wife have left behind or gave to me, and at the same time it's a big responsibility for me because as they said, okay, whatever this is the opportunity you want, let's go for it. I think they're happy. They're in a better city. They have grown, and we're really tight as a family, and I like that.
Yeah, it's very important because if they always say, behind a great man is a great woman.
Yes, that's true. And well, you're a big example of that. You being like a mother to all of us. You always have. My grandmother has the same, and that model of how you push us and help us with the rightness of how to do good things, and also pushing us, hugging us, and the kindness of the love that you give to all the team. That's a lot of motivation, and that's how I think we as Casa Maestri have that connection, that it's not only work or responsibility, but it's also the affection and connection of communication that we all want the same, to be better and to be the best on the industry.
Yeah, it is a lot of challenges. A lot of people don't know what is behind the bottle and behind the distillery. But you can tell us about some challenges, everyday challenges.
On the distillery? Oh, yes. Well, as you know, the distillery runs 24/7 in one way or another. And we have the opportunity to have several brands that we produce, and we need to work through the harvesting, the production, the bottling, the quality, all the systems on certifications that we have, so the product can be not only good and right, but also have the key cards or validations to be sold wherever it's needed. And that gives us a lot of challenges because you have different sides of the process that people see on their own lane. Production wants to be production and be efficient as they can, but bottling needs to push them to be better or push
And do it right.
I'm sorry?
And do it right.
And do it right, yeah. And have the sourcing of the materials, the supply chain has to be key on time frame, logistics, everything. The permissions, the certifications, everything works at the same time. As you have told me, it's a machinery. It has engranes.
Yeah, it's like a train.
Yeah, and
It has to be
tied.
all connected.
Yes.
Otherwise, if one is disconnected, the train doesn't go.
Exactly. He needs to move all along, and you need to be fast. But at the same time, And that's one of the things that we have faced is that we're one of the few, or I think we're one of the unique companies that we like to be different. We accept any challenge. We accept challenges like we did with 21 Seeds, with three women trying to do a flavored product. Nobody was doing that in that time. Complications.
Well, I did, how many years ago? I think it was like 25 years ago. I did flavored tequilas back then.
Oh,
but I was ahead of the time.
Yeah, you
But
were
anyway,
way
tell
ahead
us
of them.
about, yeah.
Well, what I'm trying to say here is that we're a company that when we have a project ourselves or a client has a project and wants to make it happen, even if it's challenging or different from whatever it's in the market, we go ahead and start working with them. We do the research, we do the R&D, we do the investment, we do the development, we do everything that is needed. And we face all those development situations that generate challenges because you're doing things differently from what is commonly done. It's not only doing the same product, a lot of blanco, same bottle it for 2 weeks. It's not like that. We can bottle in one day. We can be bottling 8 or 7 or 10 products at the same time. And the following day, it's going to be another 7 different products or 10 products. And that diversity and challenge of being key on how to move the pieces and be efficient at the same time, it's one of the best challenges and complications that I have faced.
Did you see the difference between working with people, entrepreneurs that they doesn't know anything about tequila or the liquor business, and then the other side of the coin, you're working with the big companies that require even not just the relationship, customer direction. You have to comply with all the demands that, Could you explain to you the difference between one and another?
Yeah. It's different because when you have an entrepreneur, they have a dream and they're creating a baby that they want. They have a picture that they know what they want, but they don't know how to do it because they have not been a part of the industry or work with it normally. And they invest a lot of time. They learn with you. The communication skills of the language that we use on the industry has to be learned with them at the same time. So that's one of the first barriers that we need to comply and work, understanding what they like on the profile, how they like to do and develop their own materials and the face and everything of the product. Even how to export it, what's the technical information they need to start selling one case, one bottle. Developing the mock-up can take you several months because you need to work with them on all those details that they don't have the knowledge yet, but they're willing and they're pushing and they're putting all their energy, efforts, money, and everything on with us as a partner, and it's a huge responsibility on that regard because we need to move fast as fast as possible as they're doing because it's a huge investment and a big dream that they have. On the other side, working with a big company, as we have, for example, Diageo, those companies give you a different challenge because they're bigger than us and they have a lot of infrastructure and a lot of person. In this case, some companies can have the same structure 2 times, one in the U.S. and one in the Mexico, and that communication and that working with them, it's complicated. They challenge you also because they request a lot of documentation and processes to be lean and made every day, sometimes as they wish them. They have faced challenges also for us to have certifications that we already complied with a lot of processes, but we didn't have the paper on time. And have those processes of certification like ISO 9000, has FSCC 22000, SMETA, the koshers, the organic, all those challenges that it's a lot of documentation. It's required
to be able to work with them.
Yes.
And for us to have a very high quality as well. I think it helps for us to be more into continue doing things right.
Yes. And in both cases, one of the key things that you always have told us and you have told the clients, it's we want to exceed your expectations. And that gives us a bigger expectation from them. And I think that we normally do. I think that we normally challenge with this big company. We have more certifications now than they do in Mexico, at least, and they're happy with us. And they have told us that the growth that they've seen in these 2 years, it's tremendous and fast. And with the clients that are developing an entrepreneur, how they are invested and how they have their own product and how they hear us and how we offer them opportunities or explain what we have faced in the past so they don't face the same issues. They give that a huge value.
Could you explain the people that are here listening to us and behind the bottle how difficult it is to get those certifications?
Well, it's one of the key things and the most complicated part of them is the communication. We as a company, when I got there, we already had a lot of processes on place that were done. But these certifications challenge you to have a documentation process.
Traceability.
The traceability from A to Z, and the evolution of all the processes and steps that you go through. We're talking about one of the most complicated FSC 22000 gives you a challenge is the highest food safety certification that you will get in the world.
Those are required to get like in Europe for the chain that no additives, no any flavors, no this, no that, no that. So for them to know, going to that topic, and the people to understand that we don't use any additives, we will not be able, if we use it, like sometimes the people who are not agree with our philosophy or do not agree that we are able to have 200 plus brands. Could you explain to them how is possible, because they are not needed really to do it?
No, a good product, if you have the high quality and
the process.
This is Casa Maestri, and this is need to be clear. Casa Maestri does on the traditional methods. We respect them, and we go and be the most efficient, having stone ovens, the roller mills that we use, the good process of fermentation, and then a high quality distillation, which it's key that you need to be part. You have the people are key in that process. If you're cutting heads and tails, you have to have somebody every day there to do it properly and do it correct. We have the opportunity to use water from the understream river from the volcano of Tequila that we source from there, and we have a filtration system that is.
Could you tell them that with the factory sitting now, what it was before there?
Oh, it was an Ojo de Agua. Ojo de Agua, it's like
the eye of the water.
The eye of the water, that it had a stream from the underground water from the river of the volcano. One of the streams went out to the soil, to the land part soil, and it was like a
big pool.
Yeah, big pool, and that's what we have underneath. And that's one of the things that we struggle. We have a lot of water in the highlands of Tequila. People struggle that they are lacking water. In our site, we have the other situation. We have a lot of water, thankfully, and we appreciate it, and we use that high quality water. But we need to be careful how we expand, because we have a lot of water underneath us.
You have a lot of water even when you want to build something.
Yes.
You build it above the water or underwater.
Yes.
So it's a lot of challenges there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you explain from the audience that they're a little bit about the process of the big, huge inventories that we have and how the process are for the aging process?
Well, after we have our profile of Blanco ready, we go on the second distillation, we go around 55 ABV. We select that profile. We put it on our barrels. We have a huge extension of American white oak barrels, which we like for them to be mature. And this is important and key for us. Barrels can give you two things: the woodiness and the maturity. What we're looking for, it's a little bit of woodiness and the highest of the maturity, because we want our products to be balanced, to have all those notes at the same level and not one higher than the other. And that selection of barrels, we have a lot of them now. It's used that we laid them down, not on racks. We use the old Solera system, one on top of the other one, and we have all of them standing. We have 9 levels of barrels normally, and we laid down barrels every X amount of batches. That's for añejo and extrañejo. So what we want to do is we want to have a high mature añejo and a really intense balance extrañejo, which gives you a complexity that you get notes like a raw leather, banana, high dry fruits that are complicated to get, but people appreciate a lot. And that, if you're using younger wood, it will disappear. So what we value and we analyze the barrels that we're getting, we use them. For our reposados, one of the things that we changed a couple of years ago, and that's one of the ideas that you and Michael work with us, is you were using now pipones. And pipones were one of the things that my grandfather used to use. And he learned from that from the Spanish people, how the ratio between the wood and how much liquid you have inside can give you a different maturity or a different balance on the notes that you're getting. So now, as we analyze that and we brought our own American white oak here, we made the pipones. We have an excellent reposado, which gives you a superior balance that a traditional barrel will give you, because you're putting 200 liters in a barrel that has a lot of wood. In here, the complexity and how we toasted and burned the wood inside is also proprietary for us, and that's what our reposados are getting on the one side. And on the other part, as you taught us, is we have on our R&D process wood from Hungarian oak, we have Brazilian oak, we have Calvados, we have Porto, we have Cognac, we have Champagne.
This is what I explained to the people, that everybody says, how you can have so many profiles? Well, you have the base, and then from those barrels that you said, we have some kind of a library that you would use to create different profiles. And it's not that we go in the store and buy anything. We make our own profiles, our own infusions that we use to make a very excellent tequila. So far, some of our guests that coming from their brands, they'll talk about the high quality, how hard it was for them to find a distillery that really meet their expectations, that they like the consistency of the brand, and they're very happy with us.
And we appreciate that, and that's what we work for. And that's the challenge that we need to keep growing and maintaining. And as you're saying, consistency is key. People expect that if I purchase a bottle of Casa Maestri Reposado today, and I go next month to another state and I purchase, or I go to Europe and I purchase my bottle again, it has to taste the same. It has to look the same. It has to be the same. And that challenge of having the best water, the best process, being consistent on these type of notes because of the wood that we use, the flexibility that needs to be done because climate has changed in the last years. But we have made these steps of different woods to be more consistent every time and avoid to use any different things that the market sometimes talks about. What we do use traditional processes, the more natural as we can go, and the more handcraft. One of the things that I just want to share here is that we're a distillery that has 90% of women. It's a great place to work. They all teach you. They are head of families, most of them, and all of them are key to our growth and an element that makes these bottles and these products and these brands the high quality handcrafted product that we offer to our clients, and we do.
Yeah, we appreciate women, of course, and we appreciate the men who help us as well, because we need each other.
I know.
But an instance, I think that the teamwork that the Casa Maestri has, with all the challenges that we face, with all the up and downs. In general, we have a great team. We have people that is committed, that give the life to the brands, not only to Casa Maestri, to the people's brands, to the other person, the other brand. That they don't differentiate. We don't differentiate our brands to the other brand. We give priorities to the other brands
That's
first,
correct.
and then we come last. So that's why it took us a little bit of time to push our flagship brand, because we were busy and committed with the people that trust us, and we will continue committing to commit to them to help them to be, and hopefully, like many other, that they become successful, and maybe they still on the market, or they went to another house, another factory. We will wish them success, because they were our babies. So
They were born with us.
exactly.
And yes, I also think that our team is key. We have really nice elements, and all of them are really important to the success of Casa Maestri. Purchasing, exportation, quality control, bottling, production, all of them. I don't want to name them by name, because I don't
Yeah.
want to miss anyone. But I tell them every time, it's all the legs of the table are crucial for
It's a big puzzle.
yeah, so it can stand up.
And every single piece are needed and important. One of the questions that I have is for the audience, for you to tell them the COVID era that the distillery went through from head to toe.
COVID was, as we all know, it impacted everything surprisingly, and the development was always uncertain. One of the main things and the first things that we faced as an industry was that the government was stopping a lot of companies from work. And tequila industry, we're an agriculture process, the agave has to be harvested, produced, and
Process.
stored, so we can have productions the following years. At the first, the beer companies and the spirit industry, we were together and we were talking with the government to try to make a commitment of how we can continue work. Suddenly, these two big beer companies from overseas, they got instructions that they needed to stop, and we separated. So only the tequila, we all together as an industry, we spoke with the governor, and he spoke with the president, and they agreed that the tequila is an agricultural product and we shouldn't be stopping. That was one of the first issues that we needed to face. Afterwards is, how do you continue working?
Correct. How you don't spread the illness.
Yes. How are you sure and certain that you can protect as much as you can your team and your people, so you can continue following the production? We didn't thought that the demand was going to grow as it was going to grow 2-3 months after. We were focusing on how we can continue working. So one of the many things that we did in Casa Maestri was we defined that the face masks, we purchase face masks every 3-4 days instead of every 2 months. So we had enough so people can change them during the work. We separated teams so they can have their own, the bottom lines and the areas that if somebody got sick, they didn't spread to other teams, and they could continue working, which that helped a lot. We also purchased every week a grocery bag for all of our teams that they can take to their houses.
To the employees.
To the employees. Because a lot of them were facing several things. They were working in the morning, and when they went out, they went to the grocery store and they didn't find what they were looking for, because people were trying to purchase everything. Not even soap was available and that. So what we did is we gave them the basics.
Yeah, we
everywhere.
provide. Mm-hmm.
So we provided that to help them to avoid, so they didn't need to go, and they didn't, and we can find these key elements or groceries for them. We also had the situation of we were able to get tests for COVID, and we were testing every week, all the employees, all the team, so we can confirm, because the tests on the private labs were limited. And one of the key things that we changed when the the disease actually got to Tequila, to the region or the municipality we are on, is that if you are sick, the government tells you to go and have a sick days and don't work. But those days, the government doesn't pay you the 100% of your
Salary.
So Casa Maestri decided that we will pay the analysis on the private lab, confirmation if they had it. We gave them medicines because we looked for them and helped them get the medicine that they needed and took them to their house. And we paid them the complementary part that they needed to have the 100% of their salary. So people won't be scared of being sick and having a lower income will prejudice their families. And that happened for over a year and a half or two. We also purchased the tunnels, sanitizer tunnels. We produced some sanitizers, and we gave our team so they can get to their houses. It was a lot of different things that we were 100% committed to the people. Thankfully, we crossed. A few of them got sick. I was one of them, but we were always protected and helped each other as a family, and we went over and aboard and farther to help whatever it was needed to source and for them to be secure and keep growing. Another thing that happened that we didn't expect it is tequila has two main incomes. One is the tequila industry, but the other one is the tourism. And I don't know if you remember, but we had a higher demand from our clients because people were requesting bigger POs during that period of time, and we started hiring people that had lost their jobs that were in the tourist industry, and we teach them how to work in the tequila industry for bottling, processing, or being on the warehouses or whatever it was needed, exportation or whatever. And we grew a lot and gave a lot of jobs to people that had lost.
And lastly, Michael, and lastly, Mario, do you remember the shortage of the añejo tequila? And we managed to cover, to comply with all our customers.
I remember that all those negotiations, you went far and beyond with that. We used all the relationships, everything. It was complicated. It was not only the scarcity of the availability; it was the pricing. People were trying to sell it or try to make. We call it in Mexico matar víbora en viernes. The opportunity, and we made our customers.
What I mean is, what we did is we supplied enough for them not to disrupt their brand. Yeah. Like many other brands that they have disruption of in the market.
Exactly. They didn't suffer.
We didn't know.
And they actually grew. And there were few of the brands that were able to sell and say, if I have X amount of cases that I need, they will guarantee and they will know that we fulfilled our commitment.
And they grow because there were a lot of other brands that they didn't have supply. So in Casa Maestri, we always come through and make dreams happen.
Yes.
And no matter what it is, we always come and help our customers. Before we leave, what you would like to say to Michael?
It's an honor. Thank you for the opportunity. For me, it's not only a job. For me, it's my life. It's my family legacy. And to be back, to be part of it, it's everything.
Yeah, be part of the Villanueva Barragan family now, Maestri Villanueva family. And we appreciate that you are committed, and we are committed to you. We will make sure that you will be part of it. And how you feel, last question, to change the tone and finish, how you feel now that we are in Casa Maestris in 57 countries?
I'm happy because I'm proud of what we do. I know that everybody that takes the opportunity to try our product will find that magic, that experience. What we have worked so hard and so long to offer a high quality and with the best image that we think it can go to, people will appreciate it. We are proud of being Mexicans. the tequila it's a denomination of origin product, and to have the opportunity to have one of the best ones in the world and be showing this to the market. I'm pretty sure that anyone that has tried it likes it. And people that will have the opportunity now that we're opening more and more places, they will value our culture and the achievements that we have done, and we're being part of this legacy as a country and as a family.
Mexico. Yeah. The Mexicans.
Mexicans.
Yeah, we were proud of the heritage. And we were very innovators, and we are trying to keep up with the market. And we are there for everybody you that like a different kinds of products. So don't forget next time to continue watching Behind the Bottle Tequila Tales. Thank you, Mario, for being here. I'm sure we'll be next time. So we appreciate you and appreciate everything that every single one in the factory do for us. Thank you.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks for listening to Behind the Bottle, Tequila Tales by Celia Maestri. The next story is already aging to perfection, so don't miss it. See you soon. Don't forget to follow us on social media and your favorite podcast listening platform.